boys and girls, and welcome to Wit and Wisdom. Today we are November 13th, 2020, and today we're going to be finishing lesson 26. How exciting! It's Friday. So the student will be able to generate and respond questions from the book Skytree. I know that we did these Notice and Wonders yesterday, and today we're going to focus on the second part of our objective, that is revise a paragraph, and we're also going to look over the list of unfamiliar words that you guys did yesterday with Ms. Rodriguez. So what is our what? Notice, it's an observation. Wonder, when you are curious about something, where you are wondering what's going on, what is it? It is a question. Revise is to edit and make it better. So how are we going to do this? First, we read the book Skytree, and then we created those observations, and we created we generated questions. We discussed them together as a class, and today we're going to go over the unfamiliar words. We're going to dive into something further, and then in our live we are going to revise a paragraph together and work on it as a class. Why is it important? So it's important when you're curious about something to question it, because it will help you have a better understanding. So if you do not understand something in class, it's very important for you to ask your teacher, hey, can you explain this again? How do we do this? I don't understand what you're doing. Can you help me out on this? What page do you need? Now, there's sometimes that you guys ask what page number for like 3 times, and it's important that when we are confused about something, it's because we are really confused, and it's not because we're not paying attention. So expectations, you must be sitting down straight, slanting. You have a nice workplace for you, and you are ready to learn. So what's the meaning? So we're going to look at those unfamiliar words, and we're going to break them down and determine what the meaning for that word is together. So our first word, let me share my dog camera now so that I can get the list of the words. Here is our unfamiliar or unknown words, right? We're not familiar with them, so we're going to take a look into the text and find out what that word is. So let's look for the first one. Let me see. The first word is fluttered. So what do you think that word means? Think about it. What do you guys think it is? And now look at the text, and it says, once a tree stood alone on a hill by the river. Through the long days, its leaf fluttered in the soft breeze. Fluttered. What do you think that means? What do you think? If you were thinking that word means like it flapped or it moved or fall with a light irregular, you are right. So it is a movement of an object. So in this case, the leaves fluttered, so it is in that type of movement, right? Next one, glisten. So let's look for that word. Right here. The sun rose later each day. One morning the light glistened on a thin silver frost. So let's look it up. Let's see what this word means. And it's like to shine, to glitter. Awesome. To shine and to glitter. Next word that we wrote. Swabble. Right here it says, on a misty morning, a flock of birds landed where the tree's leaves have been. The birds stripped, swabbled, and sang. But suddenly their wings beat the air, and they Let's see what this one means. And this one says it's like a noise that something makes. So in this case, the birds were making that noise, right? A type of noise. And you can see the picture, all the words are there. So what we're going to do is we're going to add these words in our vocabulary. We already went over them, we discussed them. Now we're going to add in our vocabulary words. So let's go to our vocabulary journal. Turn it to your vocabulary journal. And we are right here. We're going to add those words to our vocabulary journal. So number 24 was, let's see, make sure we're spelling it right. We don't want to be spelling it wrong. It's flutter. And then I'm going to create a space. 25. 25 is glisten, right? So make sure you're having that written down. So we're going to look at it and we're going to write the definition. I'll give you time to write it as well. But make sure that you are doing it while we're doing this. And it's to move or fall with a light motion. And then the next one, glisten. Glisten is to shine or glitter. Okay, to shine or glitter. So I'm going to give you 2 minutes to write these. 2 minutes to write these. 2 minutes. Go. Okay, so now I want you guys to think a little bit about these words and how they, I guess, make you feel in the text. because these are all, very fancy words to use. If you think about it, the text mentioned some that was like leaves fluttered, stars twinkled, squirrels huddled, light streamed, snow disappeared, squirrels race, snapped rose, and snapper crawled. All of those give you those verbs that he used, just added more details into this type of story, and it just gave a better picture of those beautiful illustrations that Skytree has, right? It gave an awesome picture of those illustrations that the author or the illustrator included, and that's why flutter, it's like it's a movement, and it's also, birds fluttered, right? They moved as they go. Another thing that I want for you guys to think about is that a lot of these words were given to us so that we can not only look at the illustration, but even, imagine that certain movement of that action in the actual picture, because the picture is still, right? The scrolls were there, but it was still. But if it says like the scrolls race, you can actually picture in your mind, oh, they're probably running around, but that's the illustration that they show us. So boys and girls, I know it was a very short video. We just needed to talk about, the unfamiliar words and discuss the different ways that an author uses details to make it more interesting. In your life, you will be doing the revision of the paragraph, and of course you will have an exit ticket to complete by the end of the day. Have a wonderful live lesson with your teacher, boys and girls. It's important that you are at 9 a.m. in the morning. You are on time, right? Especially because right now you're going to have a good amount of break before we start our live lesson. So use this time wisely so that you can go to the restroom, drink some water, and then come and do your live lesson. Thank you, boys and girls, for being wonderful students, and I hope you have a wonderful weekend. We'll see you here at 9 in the morning. Bye.